I'm Will Carr, and I'm here to fire you up. What's up, everyone? I'm Will Carr. This is the Will Carr Speaks podcast. I'm here with Emma, the Peruvian Predator Sojo,
Hi.
here at Genesis Fighting Academy in Arvada, Colorado. Just going to get into it today. Been watching these fighters fight all day, and yeah, do you want to introduce yourself a little and just tell us who you are?
Yeah, my name's Emma. I've been training for going on 20 years now. This will be my 20th anniversary. Started martial arts when I was 6, went into jiu-jitsu, and when I turned 18, got the opportunity to hit the MMA route and been in love with it ever since.
Yeah.
It's been a goal of mine my whole life to be a fighter.
That's awesome, because I imagine it's a unique route. I doubt you had any friends growing up with you that took this same life path that you have.
I don't know anybody that chose the same path other than like my gym friends that we grew up together in the gym, and I'm a lot closer than them than any of my school friends, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and just here watching today and seeing all of you guys sparring with each other, it's so clear that it's a family. Like, you guys are a community. You love each other.
And it means the world, and it makes for a strong team. I think that there's nowhere else in the world that you should be other than a training group with people who love and care about you, that also are willing to beat the crap out of you in that nature. My friends are pushing me and challenging me to the max of their ability to push me to my max. So we're constantly sharpening each other and making each other better. That's how we build a gym of champions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's really so when you get into something like fighting, like, tell me about that mindset. Like, what does that feel like? Like, what motivated you to want to do this?
So when I was 6, I was in elementary school, and I actually had a really big speech impediment, and I was getting bullied pretty hard. It was hard for me to be able to express myself. I was resorting to barking and hissing at people and just didn't really have a way. And that also ostracized me acting that way. So my parents wanted to find a sport that benefited us, and I'm one of 7 kids, so also a sport that they were able to put us in and feel like it would give us life skills and we'd be able to use for a long time. So they put us in the most local MMA gym, got us going, and me and all my siblings love it. My parents even train. It's awesome. It's been a really cool way to bond my family.
Yeah, definitely. So even from a young age, you were doing like actual MMA. You were fighting, not just like jiu-jitsu, not just wrestling. Like you were actually getting into it,
going at it. And
yeah.
I was lucky enough to have a sister and a brother close to my age-ish that really pushed me, and we would beat the crap out of each other. But I remember there being a small kids program. I was 6, my sister's 7, my little brother is 4. Then we had like 2 twin 13-year-olds, my brother and sister, and we just beat the crap out of each other. Oh, you're tired? Get back in there. Like, our coach didn't really care for our emotions, which we knew he cared about us, but it was nice to feel him believe in us and push us, because I think that rooting and resilience really helped get me as far as I did, as far as I've come. I've broken my jaw. I've dealt with some pretty intense health issues.
Oh, wow.
It's a blessing to be able to get back here. And I actually just won Sparta's strawweight title back in November.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So when you say you've had health issues, obviously you just mentioned that you've had your jaw broken. I mean, I can only imagine. And I've heard that's one of the most painful things that you can have. But when you say health issues, is it all like related to fighting, or has there been things that have happened to you outside of the ring?
No, yes and no. So breaking my jaw was a fluke accident in practice. We were warming up and someone's kick came high. Clean break, didn't have to get it wired, which didn't know that was a thing. You didn't have to get it wired if it was clean break. But just other issues coming back into training. I had experienced like different symptoms, getting electrocuted through my spine, feeling like weird things. A couple years ago, I had a seizure that never got any answers for, was never addressed appropriately. And then going in after breaking my jaw, coming back and having a bunch of symptoms flaring up, went back to the doctors, and they were actually able to give me a little bit more of a path. They gave me an MRI. They said, it looks like you got MS cyst, and that's what's causing a lot of these symptoms. And so I gradually was able to get back into training and combat a lot of the symptoms, make my body feel strong. But I think I credit martial arts and training to me being so mobile and able to use my body in so many dynamic ways and being resilient to push through those challenges.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your last fight. You just won. Like, tell me about that. Was that?
Oh, it was so fun. Yeah. I was up in Loveland for Sparta, And it was my first time doing a championship fight. I got my belt and everything. It was cool. I went out there, walked out to Bitty Bitty Bumba. That Selena Quintanilla is one of my grandmother's favorite artists, and God rest her soul, she passed a couple years ago. So it was nice to feel her with me, walking out, going into the cage, feeling comfortable and relaxed too, because I like to jam out before sparring. So go out there. And it was nervous, but every time I go out, I hear my family. Since I was little, competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments, my sister. All of them. My family calls me by my middle name. So hearing them chant and hearing them be loud throughout the whole fight, like I don't know where they are until they scream, but then I can pick them out in a room full of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. And it felt nice. I picked her up with one arm. She went for an armbar attack, picked her up, slammed her. She went for a heel hook. Or for a knee bar. I inverted for a heel hook, got on top, and ended up in a crucifix position, TKO, and she tapped to the submission on her shoulder.
Okay. That's cool.
It was fun.
And does your family, do they come to all your fights?
Oh, yeah. They're
That's cool.
diehard. We are big supporters of each other. So anytime that we can go to tournaments for each other or be in each other's corner, even if it means traveling, which my whole family's had, my Nino, my aunts and uncles, my mom and dad, all of my brothers and sisters, like they really are diehard supporters. So it feels nice to have such a big family support you doing something kind of crazy. This is just something that, you know, my dad probably would have saw his little girl doing. Well, I mean, probably because I was 6, like, I want to be a fighter, Dad.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a little bit hard to hear that from your little girl.
I can imagine. Yeah. So did you grow up in Peru at all, or your dad's just Peruvian?
No, my dad's Peruvian. So he came to the United States when he was 8 years old, and he grew up here. He wasn't able to see any of his family for 30-something years, and we were able to go with him and be part of that. Them reuniting, and it was really beautiful. I'm a really big daddy's girl. So this tattoo here, I actually have matching with my dad and appreciation for all that he does. When he came into my life, he's not my biological dad, but he met my mom when she had me and my 3 older siblings, and so 4, and he loved us all like his own. It takes a strong man to love us, nurture us, take us in, and give us a good life. He worked really hard. So this is my dad tattoo because I love my dad. He works hard for it. So appreciate all that they do for me. And then I got Machu Picchu here. Just because whenever we went and reunited with them, we got the opportunity to go. Breathtaking. So I was like, this is something I want marked on me. And I don't know if you can see in the mountains, it's a lying giant. So in the stories, you can see the eye, the nose, the mouth, and the chin. There's stories to that. So if you look hard, you can see it. Otherwise, just looks like Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
But
well, hey, giants were real. We don't have time to get into that, but
man, we should get into that different day.
Well, that's really cool. So you've actually had a chance to go back and visit there a few times. And
a few times,
yeah, that's awesome. I actually lived in Peru for a while. I played basketball there.
Yeah, where did you say
overseas?
this was?
I lived in Miraflores.
And is that off the coast?
That's basically the beach in Lima.
Okay.
Which is a really cool spot.
Is that like the rock beach that they have there? Or is that the sand beach?
No, it's a sand beach.
Okay. Did you ever get the chance to go to the rock beach?
I don't think so.
That was trippy. The next time you get the chance, you should go.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back to Peru. It's a magical place.
Beautiful. And the people are so sweet.
Yeah.
Filled with attitude in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. But the culture was wonderful. Like, people took me in, you know. I don't know if it's just because I was some 7-foot gringo, but they took me in as if I was their own family.
What was the craziest moment you experienced in Peru?
Oh, man. I don't know if I even want to put some of those on camera. No, Peru was wild in its own sense. Like, you can go out in Peru and you'd be on, one street, it'd be like you're on a super luxury shopping mall type thing. And then the next street over, you're like, that looks kind of sketchy. I had some interesting Peru experiences. But
I'm sure.
In general, I'd say it was really great. Like, my teammates, some of them were from Peru, and their families would, have us over for dinner. And my overall experience of Peru was just that people were so wonderful and loving and welcoming. But it does get wild out on the streets.
Oh, very, very wild. I remember going out there, my grandmother, because they build up. There's no space between the houses. So they build up in stories. And we were looking down over her balcony, and we saw a woman getting mugged. Just daylight.
Oh, yeah.
They make them run off. It's crazy to see them out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, culture shock.
The street food though was phenomenal.
So I'd kill for a good sake papa right now.
Oh, some good ceviche and pisco, or what's the alcoholic
pisco. No,
drink?
you're talking right.
Yeah, it's the
Pisco
one.
sour.
It's like a lemonade. Yes, a pisco sour.
sour.
Oh my goodness. You'd have like 2 or 3 of those, and you didn't even know.
Yourself. All of a sudden, you do know how to salsa, right?
Right? Yeah. I might need a few more to know how to dance.
Me too. But you know what? All is good and having a good time.
Yeah. Well, tell me. So, do you have any fights coming up soon?
No, anything scheduled. We had a couple prospects come through. Nothing really solidified.
Okay.
But I'm looking to do probably an IBJJF coming up in March in Kissimmee, Florida, and probably hop on some tournaments in between while we wait for an opponent and the right matchup. I leave that to my coaches to decide. I just stay training and stay ready. Stay ready 9% of the time. Stay 90% ready 8% of the time, or 80% ready 9%. Either way, the odds are great. Stay ready to fight.
Yeah.
So
stay ready.
I like to be in here.
Yeah. And so any advice you have for any young girls that don't necessarily have to like want to fight, but like any young girls that just have dreams and have inspiration, have passions and things that they want to pursue in their life to be able to get to the top of their game and really just succeed, like what would be some advice you might have?
I think believe in yourself. I think there's no one else in the world that knows you better than yourself and your capability. So if you think that you can do something and you want to get somewhere, do it. Find a path, set it out, write it out. Maybe everyone you go and talk to, they tell you sound ludicrous, but if you have a plan and you take the steps to get there, man, chip by chip at it, and you'll get wherever you want to be. So believe in yourself, love yourself, and give yourself a lot of grace, because it's not easy to get to your dreams. This isn't an easy path. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm blessed to have so many stepping stones that I've had the opportunity to go across, and more ahead of me. So I think giving yourself grace, loving yourself, and telling yourself like you're the baddest bitch in the room, and carrying yourself like that, it's important to have the confidence and believe in yourself and love yourself, to be like, I can do anything.
Yeah, have that confidence and that persistence to just like keep going. And so
I used to coach kids for a long time, and one of the things that came up was we could adjust the classes to be easier and softer for the kids that come up, but we can't adjust the world to the kid. We got to get the kid ready for the world that they're entering. So being resilient and trusting that, like, you're going to hit hiccups, you're going to fall on your face. You might get literally punched in the face, but it's all in God's plan, and trusting yourself and trusting in Him, it'll get you where you're going.
Yeah. Well, and we're obviously in a great gym here at Genesis Fighting Academy. Any thoughts you want to say on Jake or Amanda before we wrap up?
Oh, man. Jake and Amanda are some of the best people I've met. Through and through. Good hearts, good spirits, good minds. They're good friends of mine. I always have these things. I call Peter Straub Professor Father. I call him Big Turkey, but that's my way of calling him a Professor Father too. He has a lot of love and nurture here. And same for Amanda. They treat everybody like they're a part of their family, and they really care and they're invested in it. So I'm excited to grow with them. I'm excited to see where their future goes. Because it's a bright path, and especially with such good-hearted people, man, the path is bright, and I'm really excited for them and to be a cheerleader for them as well.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Well, Emma, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. I
Wonderful
appreciate
conversation, and it was great to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thanks. I'm Will Carr, and I'm here to fire you up.